two, one. And okay, we are live. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Jaya Review. So, it's actually our first ever program that has been formulated like months ago, and we finally made to launch this program. And this program is brought to you by Jaya Talent. I'm Theo, and I'll be your host for today. And I'm here as a growth leader at Jaya Talent, and we are super excited to have you here because today we are doing something really special. Yesterday we've done the Token 2049 editions, and we know that most of our communities are going to Token to look for new opportunities. So that's why we are running this event right now. And this is a live CV review of the resumes that many of you submitted earlier. And we will be giving you practical tips on how to stand out in the competitive Web3 job market, as we know that it's a really wide market and a really big opportunity. And today, I won't be doing this alone, and I'm joined by a very special guest, which is Susmita Borgohain, and our blockchain recruitment and operations specialist at Jaya Talent. Okay, Susmita, would you like to introduce yourself and also a little bit about your experience in this kind of area?
Definitely, Theo. Thank you so much for introducing me. Hello, guys. I am Susmita. I am the blockchain recruitment and operations specialist here at Jaya Talent. So, I joined Jaya Talent back in the month of April. It's almost been 6 months and it's been an amazing journey working with you all, knowing your stories. So, I get so many texts on my telegram to do the cv review, tell how you guys can improve on the cv. So this is the time. If you have any questions, you can definitely drop in the group chat and Theo will take out the questions and ask me. So I think we can start.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so as you guys know, a few weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, we shared an announcement where you can submit your CV, and then it will be reviewed live on stream. And today is the day, and we had like a lot of submissions, and after some considerations and looking for your submissions, we are ready to review this person's CV. It's called, let's call it Mr. A. So let me do a quick share screen. Okay, hope you guys can see it. So I'm share screening from my Canva. So should we start, Susmita?
Yes, we can start. So
Amazing.
before like deep diving into the CV, what's one thing that's missing from the CV? The first thing that anyone while reading your CV looks at, anybody, if anybody can drop, what's one thing that is missing?
Someone mentioned the introduction.
Yes, exactly. The summary, the introduction, that's the most crucial part, right? Because let's think it as your story. You have done so many things in your life, but how you want the reader to know from your point of view, right? So that's what an executive summary serves. It serves the purpose from your point of view. So how you want the reader to know your story. Let's say you have transitioned from Web 2 BD to Web 3 BD, right? Some people do not mention Web 2, but if you want to mention Web 2, you want to put it in the executive summary as well that you have adaptability, you have transitioned from Web 2 to Web 3. That's how you want the reader to know your story. So it's very important. You have to and you must put an executive summary if and when you are applying for senior or executive roles, it's the most important thing, right?
Amazing.
Yes, let's move to the second section. That is the education one. So it's written BBA in business management, marketing, related services, and economics. I think that's great. That serves the purpose. You do not need so many fancy degrees. You do not need so many, from a very good college or university. In Web3, nobody is looking into that, right? We just want to know what you have done in your life. So that's fine. It serves the purpose, and especially when you are applying for a BD or partnership role. Your minor in economics, I think, serves a great purpose. Let's move on to the next section. That is the strength one. Okay, let's read this strength section. I think it's too much of data. Okay, nobody is going to put so much time into your strength section. They will just look over it within 5 seconds or max to max 10 seconds. So you cannot put so many data into your strength section. Just make it a little small pointers. Let's make it 3 4 bullet points. That serves the purpose. You don't need so much data. Actually, you can put all these data into your executive summary part. Right? Yes. Let's deep dive into the experience section. That is the most important part of the CD. So let me highlight a few things I really like. That is grew a VC network by 400% in just a few months. That's insane growth, right? Then the 6 million for projects raised over $6 million for projects. So that is very important for the founders. When any founder is looking into your CV, that's the highlight, right? Then represented the company, see, in top tier Web3 conferences. So you have mentioned the Web3 conferences, that shows credibility. Then expanded client base, onboarded 16 plus projects. That's insane. That shows traction. Then, most importantly, when you are applying for a leadership role, it's also mentioned that you have led global teams. That is also very important, right? And let's zoom into some of these wins, right? Let's see. Okay, an example, that 1,300 new contracts added. That's amazing. But what did the pipeline convert into? Right? You can add that as well. Then it's written that $16 million dollars has been raised, right, across 7 projects. But what are these projects? You can add that as well. What were the stages of these projects? Were these a Series A? Who were the investors? All these data you can add for the founders, because most of the time founders are looking for that. Then what are the gaps? Let's go into the gaps. There are a few things that are written very vaguely. See, expanded pipeline, increased volume, add numbers, always add numbers. Numbers always sells because it shows your credibility, that what's the percentage you have converted. It's written somewhere, but also it's vaguely mentioned somewhere. Okay, you can work on that. Also, in the top experience side, you can go to that, Theo. Yeah, it's mentioned that you have worked on so many tools, right? Vocab, Crunchbase, Notion, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, a lot of tools. It's good that you use them, but it's not that required. What you have actually converted into is the main thing, right? What the outcome. So the outcome matters the most rather than just putting all the tools that you have worked on. So that was about the experience section. Yes, so what are the things that we can exactly work on? So 3 main pointers, I would say, right? Number 1 is at the executive summary part. That is the first most important thing. And then quantify everything, quantify each achievement, because that shows credibility. You have not just worked vaguely, right? So you cannot just put everything very vaguely. Put into numbers, put into outcomes. That is one important thing. And the third thing that I noticed is missing is Web3 native language in this CV. So you can add many Web3 native languages like DAOs, like governance, tokenomics, everything is missing. Okay, so all these things you can add. So that was about the experience section. I think this works.
Okay, that's such a good things. And I'd like to reconfirm about the format. Do you think it should have like a little bit better format, or it was really good, or maybe it lack of ATS type of template, or maybe format? Like, what is your opinion? Because on the third page, for example, it only written here like a little bit of information. So might
Yes,
maybe could be like,
yes.
what.
Mr. A can definitely work on the format part, because I also think that, putting into 2 sections like this is
Okay.
very difficult for the reader to read. Just like one after another, put everything one after another. Sometimes it's easier for the ATS to actually look into all the details. When it's put in, side by side, it's difficult for the ATS to actually grab all the details in the same manner which you have presented. But in Web3, I would say that not everybody uses ATS, so you can make it like the reader friendly, so that works.
Got it. Amazing. All right. And do you have any maybe advice for someone who is having like a multiple positions, but at the same
Mhm.
time, like for example, this person is doing two different full-time remote jobs at the same time. Is there any things that he could do to actually manage to show it better on their CV?
Definitely, definitely. Put it into different sections. Sometimes back, one of the candidate actually texted me saying that some of the recruiters asked him not to put everything into the CV. But you can put everything into the CV if you want to highlight those, right? So put it into different section, put it into advisory section, or put it into, full-time, make the full-time section different, make the contractual section different, right? Because in Web3, your personal projects matters as well, because if you are doing different kind of projects, just put it into a different header, that works. Also I would say that, let's say some time back, one of the candidates texted me that they have Web2 experience as well, like the traditional BD experience, and they have Web3 experience as well. So they have created two separate CVs for that, but that's not really required. You can put the Web2 section as well into the CV, because it shows adaptability. I would say you don't need to eliminate it completely, because sometimes what's happening is the candidate has 10 plus years of experience, but in Web3, he only has 3 plus years of experience. But when you are showing 10 plus years of experience, it shows adaptability, that even after working 7 years into Web3, Web2, you are coming into Web3 and learning everything, right?
Yes, true, true. And is there any like a maximum pages of CV or maybe resume that is better? Like, is it okay to, because I've seen a person having like 30, oh, sorry, 10 pages of CVs on
Mhm.
resume because he's
Even
been working
I have
for
seen that,
years.
yes. But nobody's reading 10 pages, right? What you can
Yeah.
do is create two CVs, okay? One in which you have, 2 pages, which is crisp and concise. If the other person is asking for credibility, then you can give the another CV, or give your portfolio, or give your GitHub, right? All these things.
All right. So it's much more on portfolio. Okay,
Yes,
understand.
yes, much more on portfolio, GitHub, if you are a technical person.
All right. So do you have any more things or maybe comments for the CV for the Mr. A?
For Mr. A, I think he could work on these three things which I mentioned. Everything apart from that is good. He is a very good candidate actually for for role. So you can definitely contact me after this session, Mr. A.
Amazing, amazing. All right. So I think that will be everything that we need to he need to work on for his CV.
Yes.
And
even
uh,
for other candidates even
mhm.
for other candidates I have this tip for you, everyone. Just put everything into numbers. Try to put the credibility, try to put the outcome into your CV, not just vaguely writing, oh, okay, I have done this, I have done that. That's actually showing the tasks you have done. That's not required, right? In Web3, it's required that how you move ecosystems, how you have worked with startups or different companies, how you have helped them to grow. So that's the most important thing in showing in a Web3 CV.
All right, amazing. And I think it was a pretty straightforward review, which is
Yes.
one of the things that I like. And I think if there is no longer things to be added for the review, I'd like to ask you for advice or maybe like an info, a quick info. So
Mhm.
if you can give us only one information on a red flag for the CV, what will it be?
Sorry, I missed that.
So a red flag for the CV. So
Oh,
what?
right.
Only one thing. Okay, we will do it every session. So one red flag information every week.
Okay, one red flag information is that you are moving, like shifting companies very fast. Let's say 3 months, 2 months. That this is the biggest red flag, I would say. Nobody would want to work with a person who is not consistent.
I see. I see.
Yes.
Is there any things on how to handling those? I mean, sometimes it's not because the person, sometimes it's the startups, or maybe it's the company that is having a problem. Is there
I
any
can
way on how to explain in the CV?
I can understand that, but you can do nothing about it, right? Like try to focus on roles where it doesn't matter much.
Okay, I
Okay,
see.
or what you can do is go for companies which are well reputed. Do not just go for weak companies in Web3 where you'll have to leave
Understood.
within 3 months or within 2 months. Or if you are even leaving within 2 months or 3 months, try to put it under contractual roles. Don't put it under, full time roles. So that
I
is one thing you can do.
I see. Amazing. Yeah, I agree because
Mhm.
sometimes it show a bad signal that this person could
Yes.
actually, keep moving.
Keep moving after, like you have 10 different experiences in 10 different companies. That's not a very good sign, actually. You are not consistent with your work. So if you are into BD, at least try to be there for, even if the company is not good enough, at least try to be there for 6 months, I would say, right? But even if you're moving, you're shifting companies within 2 months, 3 months, that doesn't give you a very good impression of the candidate.
Yes, that actually gives you a question mark, like what's happening?
Right.
Why so fast? Yeah, yeah,
Right.
I agree.
As a recruiter, if I'm getting a CV who is, moving companies within 2, 3 months, how would I trust this person that this person will stick to the current company for, 2, 3 years?
Yeah,
So
true.
that is the thing, because when we are looking for candidates, we are looking on a long-term basis. If it's a contractual role, we are mentioning it's a contractual role. But if it's a full-time role, we are looking for the longer term.
I see. Amazing, amazing.
Yes.
That's really insightful because our community also sometimes used to ask that kind of questions in our group. So
Mhm.
for everyone, hope that answered your question. And let me do a final check on how much is our viewers right now, and we
Mhm.
are with 115 viewers.
Oh, that's
Okay,
amazing. I
amazing.
hope all the 115 viewers will, fix their CVs after this.
Yes, true. It's going to be like a lot of homework for some people.
Yes,
So
yes. And if there's anything, you can put all the questions in the group chat. I'll definitely try to answer.
yes, definitely. And just like what Susmita mentioned, so everyone, for all of our communities, all of our viewers, if you have any question, so specific for this program, we try to not open any live Q&A. So if you have any questions, put it in our group and we will discuss it on the next session because we will need to actually make sure we understand correctly regarding your questions so we can answer it in the right way. All right, so this was a really insightful review session, Susmita, and I would like to wrap things up. And maybe I'd like to also remind Mr. A share some quick key takeaways as a homework. First of all, is to put the executive summary on the top. Make sure that it could describe yourself in a simple and briefly way, and then work a little bit on the strength part because it's too long and it's a little bit complicated to be read. And then much more, maybe add some details on the experience part. Some
Mhm.
part are really good, showing some strong signals, but some of the parts are lacking of a good hook, I would say. So,
Yes. And one
and
more thing to add,
yep,
Web3 native language.
yes, Web3 native language need to be
Yes.
added. Make sure you show your Degen feelings, guys.
Yes.
That affect a lot of things. And also, if you could work a little bit on the template, that will be really awesome and help the recruiter to understand you even faster and better. And Sushmita has shared her final advice and also some red flags. And before we close, I would like to thank you so much, Sushmita, and thanks to all of you who joined us today. Whether your CV was reviewed or you were just watching to pick up things, I hope you are living with some actionable insight to strengthen your job applications. Web3 is a really big world. The opportunities is everywhere. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Jaya Talent and follow us for more sessions like this. And this has been Jaya Review, the resume review. I'm Theo with Susmita, and on behalf of the Jaya Talent team, thank you for being here and see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Susmita. Goodbye.